I think this is going to be a very bloody fight. I really, really do. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really excited. People are having to see a fight like this year, besides maybe UFC 100. I'm going to go out guns blazing. Refs going to have to pull me off. To me, it's just I got to put on a show. I got to win. I got to stop him. I got to do what I need to do in my game to make Forrest quit. And of course, usually not a guy to quit, but I have to put him in that situation. So, my hands are raised.
Who does a loss hurt worse, you or Forrest, given, both you guys have had some defeats recently and you're coming off of surgery?
Well, one of the great thing about MMA, losses really don't count for much, just as your last fight. I have a 6-fight deal with UFC, so loss is not even in my mind at all. For him, if he loses, Forrest is still Forrest. He's going to fight. He still draws, and he lost to Tito Ortiz.
Can either one of you be in a title picture, though, if you have another loss?
No. It's just a factor. You got to rebuild yourself. If I beat Forrest, I ain't no title picture, not at all. I still have 2 or 3 more wins ahead of me. I think. Forrest, Rashad, whoever the UFC put me in front of after that. Right now, all I think about is Forrest Griffin. That's it. That's all I've been training. That's all I've been eating, sleeping, watching. That's it. That's all I care about.
What about your striking? I mean, you talked about you want to bloody him up and you want to do this. I mean,
You'll see.
Are you a better striker than we saw you before?
Yeah. I've been punching a lot harder. I worked with Freddie Roach for the first 6 weeks, finishing up with all sleeves, like elbows, kicks, and punches for ground and pound and everything. I'm in shape. I'm in shape to go 15-minute rounds. Actually, I'm in shape to go 5-6-minute rounds with 30-second rest. So, 3 5-minute rounds with a minute rest. I don't know. I think it may have a little bit of upper hand, and I look at it and let's see if Forrest can take the pounding. Let's see if he can defend the shot when he kicks, because every time he kicks, he's going to get taken down. A lot of fighters don't take advantage of that when they see Forrest kick. They try to check all the kicks. The hell with that. I'm putting him on his back, and back to the old Tito Ortiz, man. Right, my ground and pound where it's lethal. The first round of Forrest when he barely survived to get out of it. Well, the second round will be the same thing, and if he lasts through that, the third round will be the same thing, and they'll be carrying him out on a stretcher.
Do you think to a large degree he made his reputation on you? Because, at that time when
Of course he did. UFC's a great marketing. They understand what they're doing. They don't put fights against guys. Look at that, exactly what they did with Machida. Machida's a boring fighter, man. Fans hated his last fight because he's so damn boring. And yeah, he had to pick it up 2 fights prior than that, but it's just one of those things. When you're famous as a fighter when they have other guys fight you to build their careers. And that's fine. I've been here for 12 years, and I held the world title for the longest reigning light heavyweight's ever done, and I'm going to do it again. And it says a lot to build someone's name off another fighter.
Tito, what do you think about all these guys getting hurt, ill? A lot of top guys. I mean, what's going on?
Welcome to MMA. My camp, I had a lot of injuries. I got sick. I was sick for about almost 2 weeks. There was a couple times where I was like, should I take this fight? And it was like, I'm not letting the UFC down. I'm here, man. I'm not letting them down. Sick. As I told Lorenzo, with the broken leg, I'm still fighting. I wouldn't care. Not that I have a broken leg, but I'm saying if I had a broken leg, I would still fight. It wouldn't matter. That's the type of fighter I am, man. I've been fighting with injuries over the last 6 years, so I know what it's like to fight with injuries, and it's nothing new to me. But now that I have a new back and I have no problems at all, I sucked up some of those injuries, and I feel great, man. Just able to do 6 5-minute rounds with 30-second rest at 7,000 feet of altitude. I know my body's in shape. I know I'm ready to go to war. I'm a warrior, man. And when it comes to step in the cage, just poker face comes on, lights come on, and it's time to react.
Given your time away, are you appreciating this moment anymore? Sometimes when you're doing something and you're not really thinking about it the first time, is it changed the way you're viewing your sport now?
Yeah, I view my sport hugely now. Look at all you guys. 6 years ago, you guys wouldn't be maybe you and you, and that's it. Now the sport is so big and it's on such a main stage. We're respected. We're looked up to, and it's not just you as a press guys. It's the little kids that come up to me. I went to a high school football game at Corona Del Mar, and all these little kids are like, Tito, 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 and it's like, man, these kids are 14, 15. I mean, I've been fighting them longer than these guys are old, man. And I just look at it and see how much of a main stage we're at. And I feel great at 34 years old. Randy Couture started his career at 34 years old. So I think this will be a new, revised Tito Ortiz coming back and showing the best I can show. I want to be a world champion again. That's my idea, man. I really want to get back in there and have my hand raised time and time again. And you know, everybody's beatable. You know, I showed that I could beat Rashad. You know, I show I have a chance of beating Machida. But right now, it's all about Forrest and all about getting my hand raised. You know, one match at a time.
Do you have any thoughts about how long you'll keep going? You mentioned Couture.
I would, you know, I would love to be done by the age of 38. I would love to. You never know. If my body keeps holding up and keeps doing, maybe longer. You know, if it doesn't hold up, maybe shorter. Right now, it's just one fight at a time. You know, I got to take it as, you know, each fight to me is a Super Bowl. I got to go out and give it all. Training camp before, I could go out and give it all. And so when it's fight time, I perform, you know. Like I say, I don't look for decisions. I don't look to win by points. I look to try to stop the guys. I want to give the people who are watching the pay-per-view their dollar's worth. People are spending $1,000 for front row tickets, their dollar's worth. And I've been doing that for the last 12 years. That's why my name's so big, and that's why people love to watch me fight.
You've got other fighters doing films and things. Have you had any opportunities to do things outside of fighting?
It's kind of funny you say that, because every time a big film or something comes about, it's training camp. And it's one of those situations, either I do the big film or I go to training camp. My camps usually mean more than me. You know, before I fought Machida, there was a movie that came out with Mark Wahlberg, and I had a chance to do it. I went and I did the casting call, and they're like, "You nailed it, you got it, you're perfect, that's who we want." And I went back home, and you know, I sat down and I talked to some of my people. You know, I talked to my girl, and she was like, "What mean more to you? I mean, does fighting mean more to you, or does this acting stuff mean more to you?" And I was like, "I want a world title on my waist again. Fighting means the world to me." There's your answer. And yeah, I lost to Machida, but I look at it, if I would have took the role and I would have left and I would have did it, maybe I would have got knocked out. Maybe I would have got submitted. You know, maybe I wouldn't have put on a show that I did. But that's how important fighting is to me right now. The acting stuff will come later on. Right now, it's about fighting. I want to get the best out of my body now, while I'm still capable to do things in training and in fighting.